If you provide services to customers, perhaps for a membership or for courses or any other kind of service that you're providing where they need to get some help from you on time to time, you need a help desk or a support ticket tool. Trying to do support on email is all right when you only have a couple of customers, maybe occasionally sending you some notice. But as you build your business, you need to keep better documentation and you need to know who sent you what. It's unfortunately, if you lose place of a email and you provide delayed support to a customer, that's not a good thing. And I know because I've been there. I've worked with ticket systems in the past at employers, and now I have an opportunity to use one here for my own business. I'm looking at a new product from WP Managed Ninja. It's called Fluent Support. I've got a preview version of it here I'd like to show you and introduce it to you and let you know what the deal is. Hi, my name is William Beam with Suburbia Press. We like to help online entrepreneurs understand the technology that powers their business. Support ticket is definitely one of those things. If you're providing a membership or a course, you're going to have people who may be confused with onboarding, maybe confused with how they access their information, and you need a simple way for them to get to you. And not everybody wants to use the same thing. Some people may want to go to your support webpage. Some people may want to send you an email. And Fluent Support handles both of those. And it's got a couple of other integrations for ways that people can contact you and communicate with you for support. And in this video, I want to show you what is there rather than how it works. We'll do some of those videos later on down the line. I just got this plugin as a preview a day before I'm recording this. So this is kind of fresh off the cuff for me, but I'm really excited by this product. I'm very happy with the Fluent series of products and others from WP Managed Ninja. I like the integrations that we have here. So let me get you started. We'll take a look at their webpage first for Fluent Support. Okay, so first thing, this video is coming out on November 16th. That is the launch date for Fluent Support. So when you see this video, you should be able to make a purchase if that's what you want to do. There is going to be a free version in the WordPress repository, and then there's going to be a pro version that you can purchase. So if you want to play with the free version first, that's fine. So I will have a link to Fluent Support. I'll show it on the screen here. And also, if you click on that in the description below, it'll take you right to this page and you can get set up. So what we have right now is they were having people sign up to be notified. And I presume this is going to change when we go live. But you can see there's a screenshot of how the support system works. You can check on tickets, and we'll take a look at this inside of my environment. So I will show you a little bit more. And the idea is that this is going to integrate with your WordPress system. It is a WordPress plugin. It is not a software as a service. So it works for multiple customer service representatives, and it has wonderful filtering, search, sort, and serve. I've been playing around with that for a little bit, and it really makes it easy to find what you're looking for. You get information on your customers. As you would expect, this integrates with Fluent CRM. It also integrates with other products. I have Wishlist Member on my demo site. It's integrating with that so I can see what customer are assigned to certain levels. It also works with WooCommerce. So if someone has bought a product from you in WooCommerce, that will show up in this information down here as well too. You can have smart prioritizations. You can have saved replies, so you don't have to reply to everybody manually. If you have common questions that come to you, you can have stock replies. It'll be very easy to send back to people. You can have internal notes. If you notice on this one, well, again, I'll show you the demo. You can see the yellow color. It indicates the difference between when you're having an internal conversation, either making notes for yourself if you're a solo entrepreneur, or if you have a team, you can see the communication going on there. And then, of course, you can obviously reply to your customer. And you've got some stats and analysis and reporting that you can do. So that's enough for this. Let me take you over here. So we'll start here on the dashboard, and you can see what's at a glance. How many new tickets, how many active tickets, what have you closed, and responses and interactions. So as I said, just having this for a day or two, I don't have that many tickets in here. Let's start off with our global settings, because when you come in here, you're going to have some integration to do. For example, if you want to have people send their tickets to an email, then There's an interesting little service here where you actually forward that off to a Fluent support site, and then it integrates with this, and then you can also keep a copy inside of your email inbox. So on global settings over here, you can determine which page you want. If you don't want to set up a page, they'll have a checkbox where it'll just create one for you called Support Portal. And you notice that these little short codes are available, which I kind of like because that way, if you want to go ahead and decorate your own page, if you've got something that you do, perhaps inside, maybe using the Gutenberg editor rather than just the classic editor that you see here, you can set up your support page to look the way you want. And there's a couple of other short codes down here. So there's a place for people to log in that'll create a form. There's also a place with a short code here for them to sign up if they aren't logged in yet. Matter of fact, let me give you a quick look at mine. It's very plain, but it'll work. This is my login page. So I've got a login over here for people who are already in. And then you've got an ability to create an account for someone who maybe it's their first time reporting to you as a customer. Keep in mind, not all of your customers may already be on your WordPress site. These are going to be WordPress user accounts. So if you have someone that you're serving on your site, perhaps with LearnDash or with Wishlist Member or some other system where people are logging into your site, their account will work just fine right here. Maybe if you're serving from a different platform, I have Searchy. I also have ThriveCart Learn on some sites. So they may not have something on your WordPress site, so you can go ahead and create something over here. Now, this is similar to what you might see if you go to WP Manage Ninja. They've changed theirs a little bit. So rather than creating this shortcode form, you can also do the same thing to log in using Fluent forms or some other form if that's what you have. But basically, you're allowing them to log in, create an account, and then once they've done that, you can go ahead and set them up. So let's say, all right, so I've signed in and registered with a new account, and you can see that I don't have any tickets open. For your users, it's very easy. You can just go ahead, click, create a new ticket. It'll ask them for a subject, what the details are. They can upload a file if they need to, and they can select a priority of normal, medium, or critical. So let's just put in something simple. And we'll just go ahead and create that ticket. So once that's done, you can see that they have their sample ticket here. If they need to close it, they can check to see all tickets. They can refresh in case there are any others. So we've got our customer ticket. Let's go back to our dashboard. So I'm going to come over here to our tickets. You can see it over here on this side, or you can click over here on this side of tickets. And you see I have a sample ticket. So right now it's waiting. And this is where we've got options to filter things. So if you want to see what's open, that's there. You want to see all tickets, and you can see some that have been closed as well as open. You can see the tickets that are just closed. And we should have one under new. That's the one that was just put in there. So in other words, a new ticket is one that's been submitted but hasn't had any activity from someone on the support team. And of course, active tickets will show new tickets that have had some activity. So you can see that this one is right now 4 hours old. So we want to look at this new ticket or any open ticket. And the color codes will kind of give you at a glance where you need to do some work. So you have an opportunity over here. You can add a ticket manually, and you can also kind of search by inboxes. We'll get to that, but you can have more than one inbox for this. You can do this by products if you're integrating with, let's say, WooCommerce or something where you have products. You can integrate by search by who is unassigned and who has been assigned. Sysop is basically the only account I have here. And then you can sort by priority and also by the customer priority. So in other words, there's a priority for administrators and a priority for customers. And over here on the side, you can see all tickets, my tickets, and any that were unassigned. Since I'm the only one, pretty much everything's being assigned to me. So when I come in here and I click on this, it's been in pending, and you can see that there is a ticket over here. So we've got a few things. This one is in case you want to run a workflow. We have workflows over here. We have notes over here, and this one is to add a reply. So for example, if I want to add a note, you'll notice this color over here. I talked about that, and you can type something in and add an internal note. You also have templates, which would be basically your saved replies. So I could go ahead and put in a saved reply if that were appropriate. And since it doesn't matter what I'm doing, I'll just go ahead and add that as an internal note. And then we can come down here if we want to and add a comment. Again, you can have your templates for your replies. And you notice that there's a search replies over here. So if things get a little long with this list, you can search for what you want to send out to them. So again, this is my only saved reply. But we also have workflows. So let me actually click over here to workflows. There are manual workflows and there are automated workflows. So for a manual workflow, I'm just going to run this. And you can see down here, that's where this reply came in. So thanks for your message. And then it's talking about integration of Flurkin with a Lorax and a self-sealing stem bolt. Not important right now, but those are examples of a manual workflow. And you can see all of your tickets over here. You can close them if need be. You can change their priority. And if we had a customer over here with something that had more detail, this is a new customer, so it doesn't have any interactions. Let's go back to all tickets. And I'm going to click on this one. So this user is a test user that is also integrated with Wishlist Member. So you can see at a glance, Wishlist Member shows basic level status is active. If this person bought from WooCommerce, I would have a block down here showing maybe what products that they bought. There are going to be various integrations. I think Easy Digital Downloads is going to be another one. LearnDash is going to be something. So there's a lot of opportunities to start off with Fluent support for integration with other tools. And that just kind of gives you a quick look at the workflow. Now you can see your saved replies over here, and you can create a new one as you need to. Activities are going to show you what happened as far as like so-and-so responded to a ticket a minute ago, 2 minutes ago. And you can see that these things have just kind of come in as far as any activity working on tickets. So let's go to our business settings. This is where we were talking about business inboxes. So I have one here for support at Suburbia Press. It is a web type. There is also an email type. So we can go over here and set our settings. So we give it a name, an email, admin email address. And then if you want to have something on the footer for any messages to go off to your customers, you can put that down here. And you can also see some dynamic codes. So if you want to put something in for the customer first name, last name, email, and so forth, you can put these short codes inside of this message. And that way, when you send something out, it'll give them that information. The email settings will show you if what we have covered over here. So a ticket created to customer, I've still got to do a little bit of work over on this one, but you can see where it says it's using those short codes, ticket title and ticket ID. And then you've got a quick little message over here. So, and they can click this and it'll take them to the place where they can sign in and view their ticket. And you can just kind of customize this if you want to. This is not enabled right now, so you can check this. And that way they'll get that email notification. And you can see that just turn this status to green. So that's what some of these are. And you can go ahead and change what these email settings are for your support system. We talked about workflows, and there are two types. So a manual workflow, I showed you an example. This is one that your support person will just manually add as a response. So I've got this manual workflow says add a response. And when I click this inside of the templates that we saw in the ticket, it just added this message. And I've got a little title over here. You can add other actions in here, but that's essentially what a manual workflow is. If we come over to automatic workflows, this is where you can start taking actions. So when does it happen? And you've got a couple of choices: when the ticket's created or when a customer responds. And then you've got different conditions. So I've got this on the ticket title, but you can create a workflow just for a specific customer. You can create one based upon content inside of the message. In this case, I've got it if there is a word in either place for the title or the message content. And you look at an added time range or an added date range so you can respond to these. Let's say that somebody sends you a ticket outside of your business hours. You can go ahead and have an automatic response saying, thank you for your ticket. We will get to this when we start up again, in regular business hours. You can also change this based upon your ticket priority set by the client. Remember, they have normal, medium, and critical. Also, a selected product. I suspect with other integrations, you may see other fields over here that are available. So these operators, let's say that if this contains, so if they type Flurkin in either the ticket title or Flurkin is inside of the message that they send, then this will kick off something going over here. And my action in this case is to assign it to an agent. And I've selected which agent because apparently SysOp is an expert in integrating Flurkins. But you notice that we can assign an agent, we can add a response so something goes back to them immediately, add an internal note. You can say this, I don't like it and just close the ticket out. I bet you that really wouldn't make anybody happy, but maybe you add a response and then close it out because you can have multiple actions. You could also add tags or remove tags. So I'm going to leave this as it is, but you can see down here where it says add another action. So you might want to assign it to an agent and add an internal note. You have options, but that's what an automatic workflow will do. And make sure that you go ahead and make sure it's published and then update it if you've made any changes to it or just added another one. Under our global settings, you'll notice that we have our support page and all these little shortcodes that we talked about that set that up. For custom fields, we don't have any, but if you need to add some custom fields, you can select which type and put that in. So you can see there's WooCommerce, and there's LearnDash courses, there's Wishlist member. Those are plugins that I have installed. Again, if you had something that I don't have on my system, like easy digital downloads or a different type of membership instead of Wishlist member, perhaps you have Restrict Content Pro, that might show up here as well. So you can take a look at the integrations that are available. And then you can add custom fields. Products, again, I believe this is going to be based off of a Wishlist member, excuse me, not Wishlist member, but of WooCommerce, which I typically don't move. So if you want to add support staff members, there's where I am. You can see the permissions are something you can set. We can add a new member. And so you can put in the agent email, their first and last name and their title. And then this is where you set permissions. So perhaps you have an assistant who's not necessarily part of your company. You don't want to give them the run of everything inside of here. You can determine what they're capable of doing by just checking these boxes and then creating an account. I have Fluent CRM integration because Fluent CRM is on this system. You can see it right up here. So all I had to do is check that box. And the default status was subscribed. You can set it to pending, which will require them to click on a confirmation email. And then you can add it to a list, which is optional. Then you can add tags. Tags are not optional. You must have at least one tag. And you can add more than one tag. So let's say if I also want to add them to my weekly digest, I could add that as well. And then just save the settings. For notification, they have opportunities to integrate with Telegram and with Slack. I don't know if any other opportunities are coming up, if they're going to do something different besides that. I heard some discussion of another messaging system, but I have not seen it inside the program, so I don't want to promise you anything. But that is a nice little thing. So you can see down here, you've got to be able to check and enable whatever option you do. So there's enable for Telegram, and if we do Slack, you can choose which notification events you get, and you can enable Slack. Also on Slack, you can enable a reply to a ticket from Slack. And then, of course, your license management would be where you put your licensing in. There are activities I think that we've taken a look at. There's a few places where you can see the same thing from this menu bar over here. And there are reports. Reports are important for a lot of people who are doing because they want to see how things are going. So if you're logged in, personal reports is going to show your own activity based upon the date range that you set. So let's say if I go from here to here, apparently I have not resolved anything. You can see that I've replied to 6. I have 2 interactions, but I haven't closed anything. And you can see down here for the individual performance for that date range. And if I had any waiting tickets, it would let me know. The agents report is if you're looking at an overall, if you have more than one agent, and you can see what's happening. So you can see the activity that's happened on a daily basis. And it'll show you who the agents are. In this case, as I said, there's only me. This is really wonderful for me because I have been juggling support issues on email for some of my different sites. And the problem with that is that sometimes I might neglect something if I get distracted with an issue, or if I get down my email. Things get buried in email. If you don't have a really wonderful system of putting things in folders and having reminders, email wasn't designed to be a support tool. This is. Now, with that said, there are a couple of things that aren't here yet that are forthcoming. So let me grab my notes. One of the things that is forthcoming is going to be service level agreements and business hours. I mentioned that you could do an automation workflow to give a notice back to somebody if they send a message to you outside of your work hours. But I think that you're probably going to find work hours for different staff in some businesses may be different. And a lot of people who have systems like this for ticket are looking for service level agreements. So based upon the type of ticket and the priority of the ticket, they may have different service level agreements. If you don't have service level agreements with your customers, that's not going to be quite so critical. But if have internal metrics and you say, I want all tickets answered within 24 hours, if I have all critical tickets answered within 2 hours, if those are metrics that you're looking for, then I'd say service level agreements are something that's going to be important to you. And you want to see if you're meeting your internal goals, even if it's not something contractually stated with the customer. So I've spoken with the folks at WP Manage Ninja that is on the drawing board. This is their first tool coming out publicly. They have been using this internally and with some select clients for about 10 months. So it's a well-tested system, but service level agreements are going to be something that'll be coming forward. The other thing that I was looking at was something for self-help articles or knowledge-based articles. That is not in this system, and it's not planned to be in this system. However, the folks at WP Manage Ninja have told me that their intention is to integrate with existing tools that do knowledge base. So there are tools that are WordPress plugins that can handle knowledge base. I know I have two different tools. I don't know if this is going to be on the list. One of them is a tool called Better Docs. Another one is a tool called Looped In. And I don't know that either one of those are the ones that they may have, but the plan is that they will integrate with different tools for knowledge base and self-help articles, much like they're integrating with other tools to give you information about your customers. So they're integrating with their own tool with Fluent CRM. They're integrating with LMS systems. They're integrating with BuddyBoss is on their integration list, and also membership plugins like Wishlist Member and Restrict Content Pro. So integrations are the way I prefer to do things. I would rather choose best of breed tools and integrate with them rather than have an all-in-one system. So that's the plan for this. All right. So you're probably wondering, what is this going to cost you? As of the announcement today, this is available on a lifetime deal. And they did the same thing with Fluent CRM. And they said it's probably going to be similar to Fluent CRM. So let me bring you over to that page. And you can see the pricing over here. They've already gone past their lifetime deal with Fluent CRM. I was fortunate enough to get in on the lifetime deal for Fluent CRM. That is, in my mind, the best way to go. And when I bought it, I already had another tool that I was using. I kind of bought it to hedge my bets. Well, it turns out the other tool blew up in my face and I got horrible support from the company. And I switched things over to Fluent CRM. Much better tool, much better service and support. I'm glad that I got the lifetime deal. And as Fluent CRM has grown, it just had its 1 year anniversary last month. They've added things to the tool. It has improved. It has become a much more useful, much more valuable CRM service for me. I am suspecting that Fluent support is going to be the same. And trust me, I want to buy this. So here's what the pricing is. For one site, lifetime deal, $99. For 5 sites, lifetime deal, $299. And for 50 sites, $599. Now, that's what I know of right now. It hasn't gone live as the time that I'm recording this, so things are subject to change. If you are seeing this while the lifetime deal is on, that is the best price that you're going to get. My coupon code will not be active during the lifetime deal. If you're seeing this video after the lifetime deal may have ended and expired, then you can use my coupon code, which is the same as my last name, Beam, and that will give you a 20% discount off of whatever the current pricing is at that time. My recommendation is if this is something that looks good to you and you're confident that it's going to grow and add the other things, as their other products have. If you look at Fluent Forms and if you look at Fluent CRM, those tools have grown and they've had new features and services added to them. I have every expectation that the same thing will happen with Fluent CRM because I've already heard of future plans that are coming forward with it. So if this is something that looks good to you, it's going to help you with your business, I would recommend getting in on the lifetime deal while you can. If you see this video after the lifetime deal has expired, and there's no date that I know of when it will expire, but if it does expire, so that's something businesses need to do so they can have annual recurring revenue. That's why Fluent CRM you now see as an annual license. So when it expires, you'll be paying every year. I still think the pricing for Fluent CRM is actually very good compared to a lot of competitive services. I suspect that we're going to see the same thing with Fluent support. I was taking a look at Freshdesk and some of the other tools that are out there in comparison. They're not offering a lifetime deal, and they are charging per seat. In other words, every user is going to pay a license fee to them to use it. And that's rather common in this industry. That's not the case here. You buy the plugin, you don't have to pay for the additional users. So the lifetime deal is going to be your best offer. But even if this is something you come across after the lifetime deal is over, take a look and compare the price of what's available. Because when you start adding on different seats, you're paying more and more for every person that you add on. And that's not the case here. So I hope this was helpful for you. I am happy to be one of the folks who can announce Fluent support is available as of November 16th, 2021. And I would love your feedback. If you have questions, please let me know in the comments below. What features do you like? What features would you like to see inside of Fluent support? And I'm curious to see how things grow, but it is something I've been waiting for. They've announced that they were working on this a couple of months back. They have been using this for WP Managed Ninja support, and a couple of other companies have been helping them out and testing it. So it's a well-tested product that's coming out. And one of the things I liked is the fact that even though people were begging, saying, give me Fluent support, they're saying, we're not ready yet, which means that they didn't rush this to market. Not only have they been developing this for more than a year, they've been testing it and using it on their own business. They wanted to make sure that everything was right before releasing it. So I think you can have confidence that this is a well-tested tool, and it's handling service for WP Managed Ninja, which has got several products out there, and it's doing exactly what they want it to do. So check it out, see if it's right for you. And if you click the link below, I will get a small commission, but also I'm going to be doing some more videos on how you can use Fluent support, and I'll be happy to help you out with anything that I can. If you like this video, please go ahead and click the like button. That tells YouTube we did something right. I would love it if you would subscribe. You'll see more videos as I put them out on Fluent support and other tools for online entrepreneurs. And finally, click the notification bell. You'll get notified the next time another video comes out. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.